Welcome! Today we're diving into the art of making homemade lasagna. Follow these steps to create layers of savory goodness, from preparing the meat sauce to assembling and finishing with tips for a perfect result. Get ready to enjoy the rich flavors and comforting aroma of this classic Italian favorite. Alright, let's go through the ingredients for our delicious lasagna. You'll need 1 pound of ground beef, or you can mix it with Italian sausage for extra flavor. We also have 1 chopped onion and 3 cloves of minced garlic to add savory depth. For the sauce, we'll use 1 can of crushed tomatoes and 2 cans of tomato paste, which give a rich tomato base. Flavor comes from 2 tablespoons of olive oil, along with dried basil and oregano for that classic Italian taste. Don't forget salt and pepper to season to your liking. Now the layers. We'll use a package of lasagna noodles, either oven-ready or boiled as per the package instructions. To make it creamy, we'll mix 15 ounces of ricotta cheese with an egg and half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. And of course, the top layer gets 3 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese for that gooey goodness. Fresh basil leaves are optional for a final touch of freshness and aroma. Ready to layer it all together? Let's get cooking. Alright, now, let's prepare our flavorful meat sauce for the lasagna. Start by heating 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a large skillet or pot over medium heat. Add your chopped onion and 3 cloves of minced garlic and sauté them until they're softened and fragrant. Next, add in your 1 pound of ground beef, or a mix with Italian sausage, breaking it up with a spoon as it cooks until it's nicely browned. Now stir in 1 can of crushed tomatoes and 2 cans of tomato paste. Add 1 teaspoon each of dried basil and dried oregano and season with salt and pepper to taste. Bring the mixture to a gentle simmer, then let it cook for about 15 to 20 minutes, stirring occasionally to let those flavors meld together. Once it's done, remove it from the heat and set it aside. Now, let's move on to preparing our creamy cheese mixture and preheating the oven. In a mixing bowl, combine 15 ounces of ricotta cheese with 1 egg and half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Mix everything together thoroughly until it's smooth and well combined. This mixture will add richness and creaminess to our lasagna. Set it aside for now. Next, preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius. It's important to have the oven ready and hot so that your lasagna can bake evenly and to perfection. Let's assemble our delicious lasagna step by step. Start by spreading a thin layer of the prepared meat sauce evenly across the bottom of a 9x13-inch baking dish. This forms the flavorful base of your lasagna. Arrange a layer of lasagna noodles over the sauce, slightly overlapping them to cover the entire surface of the dish. You can use oven-ready noodles or noodles boiled according to package instructions. Now take about 1/3 of the ricotta cheese mixture that we prepared earlier and spread it evenly over the noodles. This adds a creamy and cheesy layer to your lasagna. Sprinkle about 1/3 of the shredded mozzarella cheese evenly over the ricotta layer. This adds that gooey, melty goodness that everyone loves in lasagna. Repeat these layers: meat sauce, noodles, ricotta mixture, and mozzarella cheese. You should aim for about 3 layers of noodles in total, ending with a final layer of meat sauce and a generous topping of mozzarella cheese on top. Alright, let's finish up with baking our lasagna. First, cover your baking dish with aluminum foil, tenting it slightly to prevent the cheese from sticking to the foil during baking. Next, place the assembled lasagna in the preheated oven. Bake it covered with foil for 45 minutes. This initial covered baking helps the lasagna cook evenly and retain moisture. After 45 minutes, carefully remove the foil from the baking dish. Continue baking the lasagna uncovered for an additional 10 to 15 minutes. This allows the top layer of cheese to become bubbly and lightly browned, giving your lasagna that irresistible golden finish. Alright, Now for the final steps to finish off our lasagna. Once your lasagna is done baking, remove it from the oven and resist the urge to dig in right away. Let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. This resting period allows the lasagna to set and cool slightly, making it easier to slice neatly when serving. After letting it rest, it's time to slice your lasagna into portions. Serve each portion hot, allowing everyone to enjoy the layers of flavor you've created. For a finishing touch, garnish with fresh basil leaves if you like. This adds a burst of freshness and complements the savory flavors of the lasagna beautifully. Here are some final tips to ensure your lasagna turns out perfect every time. Choosing noodles. Consider using oven-ready lasagna noodles for convenience, or if using regular noodles, boil them until al dente before layering. This ensures they cook perfectly in the oven. Layering. When layering your lasagna, spread each component evenly to create a balanced dish. This helps the lasagna hold together well when sliced and makes every bite delicious. Resting time. After baking, allow your lasagna to rest for 10 to 15 minutes before serving. This resting period allows the flavors to meld together and makes it easier to slice neatly. Variations. Get creative with your lasagna. You can add spinach, mushrooms, or other vegetables to the sauce for extra flavor and nutrition. Customize it to suit your taste preferences. Enjoy your homemade lasagna.